Over the last 5 years, only about 1 in 7 companies has managed to consistently outperform the rest of the market. That leaves the vast majority of businesses vulnerable. In fact, 72% of corporate leaders now admit their organizations are not fully ready to face the changes heading their way. This hesitation comes from navigating 3 distinct, overlapping pressures: an unpredictable global economy, fractured geopolitics shifting trade routes, and a workforce facing heavy burnout. The ultimate symptom of these external pressures shows up internally. 2/3 of leaders report that their own companies have become overly complex and deeply inefficient. When complexity and inefficiency become the default state, simple adjustments are no longer enough to regain momentum. Sustained growth now depends on aligning every process and resource around a few bold strategic priorities. When market pressure mounts, the standard corporate reflex is to flatten hierarchies, redraw reporting lines, and shuffle job titles. But trading a broken system with a cosmetic update rarely works. Updating the org chart without actually changing how work gets done often creates new bottlenecks and causes costs to rebound. 43% of executives name productivity growth as their top priority. Yet, as this diagram shows, companies often continually rearrange the boxes on their structural charts, while the underlying productivity trendline remains completely flat. Attempting to break through a productivity ceiling by simply changing reporting structures ignores the mechanics of how value is actually created on the ground. High-performing organizations treat their structure as a simple support system. The real driver of value is flow, how information and tasks move horizontally across different departments. Optimizing this flow requires a direct approach, radically simplifying end-to-end processes, synchronizing data across units, and cutting out redundant approval layers. 56% of top executives have absolute clarity on their company's must-win battles. However, that confidence drops sharply to 27% among middle managers. The people executing the work lack the same strategic focus. Closing this communication gap means leaders must establish extreme clarity around their core strengths and back that up by shifting budgets and talent away from distracting initiatives. Organizational speed comes from transparent, unified workflows, rather than individual departments chasing their own isolated metrics. Aggressive business goals only work when matched with equal investments in employee well-being and development. This balance is known as the P&P edge, focusing simultaneously on people and performance. Getting there requires human-centric leadership. Executives lead from the inside out, practicing empathy and embracing their own vulnerability to build genuine trust with their teams. When leaders create psychological safety, employees experiment without fear. This allows massive teams to move together seamlessly and adapt to rapid changes. The financial data backs this up. Organizations that intensely develop their human capital alongside performance metrics are 4.3 times more likely to sustain top-tier financial results. Even the most perfectly designed workflows will crumble under market pressure if the people operating them are burned out and disengaged. Integrating artificial intelligence is the next major hurdle, and it requires a double transformation. Companies must adopt the technology while simultaneously redesigning their entire operational structure to support it. A massive 88% of organizations are testing or experimenting with AI tools in their daily operations. But 81% of those organizations report absolutely no meaningful bottom-line gains from their AI efforts. Deploying artificial intelligence as a simple software upgrade ignores the organizational friction it's meant to solve. Capturing its potential requires updating the technology while simultaneously reconfiguring the workflows where humans and AI agents actually interact. A successful integration creates a new collaborative ecosystem. Human employees and autonomous AI agents work side by side, passing tasks back and forth based on their respective strengths. Virtual shared services centers can take on the heavy lifting of transactional and administrative workflows. This directly frees up human capital to focus on complex, high-stakes strategic priorities. For the individual worker, this collaboration can eliminate hours of repetitive tasks every single week. It drives high productivity while simultaneously making the daily work experience more engaging. In this ecosystem, the goal isn't to reach a finalized, static corporate structure. It is to embed business as change, where the ability to evolve becomes the standard operating model. In an era defined by continuous disruption, the organizations that dominate the market will be the ones that treat evolution as their permanent operating model.